Jedimanda here, bringing you another special effects makeup. And happy Revenge of the 5th! You know, May 5th, the other Star Wars day. And it just happens to be Crispy Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. You know, that moment on Mustafar where, you know, Obi-Wan has the high ground and that really lame dialogue happens and then all of a sudden Anakin's, you know, half a man. I really wanted to challenge myself with this special effects makeup look, and I used a lot of different techniques and paints and just all kinds of really cool special effects typey things. And with this tutorial, I'm telling you all about it. So if you have any questions on how I achieved this look, please comment below and I will gladly answer them. This whole look took me about 2.5 hours to complete, so if you're going to create this look for yourself, make sure you give yourself plenty of time. Without further ado, let's get into this video and let me show you how to make your own version of Crispy Anakin. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please comment below on some other makeup looks you'd like to see. I promise I have way more videos coming, definitely more sewing and cosplay themes, so stay tuned to my channel and don't forget to click that subscribe button and turn that little bell on, because apparently that notifies you when I post a video.
Okay everybody, here we go. I went ahead and started out with a bald cap and my eyebrows completely blocked out on my face because Anakin has no hair, because he's burned. Get it? Right. What I'm applying to my face is something called 3D Wound Gel in special effects makeup lingo. It is comprised of a 1:1 to 1.5 ratio of powdered gelatin, pure vegetable glycerin, and water. I will link down below to the links to where you can obtain these ingredients. So basically, once you have everything ratioed out, you mix it together and microwave it in 12-second intervals. Once it's completely mixed and ready to go, you will want to wait till it cools down, and you use that and you test that by putting it on your hand before putting directly on your face, because I don't want you to get burn wounds that actually look like this by applying super hot gel to your face. Once you have the gel cooled, grab some cotton balls, start tearing them up, and take a popsicle stick or a tongue depressor and start applying it to your face. This stuff does dry quickly. It may look like it's not drying that fast, but it's pretty much has the gel look the entire time you're adding onto it. So take your time, get a little creative, be a little organic applying this to your face, and don't forget, if you're doing the Crispy Anakin look, he is burnt from the bottom up, so that is why I'm putting most of this gel on the bottom half of my face and neck. You start to get the hang of applying this gel pretty quickly, and where you exactly want to put the cotton and the gel. The cotton is there to make it look a little more dimensional and to give it some lift off of the face, and so just be patient and layer up as much gel as you want. I actually started moving the cotton balls around to give myself certain scars and certain deep cuts on my cheeks, and just basically applying the gel and then the cotton ball areas, it starts to build up pretty quickly. Also, side note, this stuff smells awful, so I suggest burning a candle nearby to help with the smell. It's pretty bad, but it works too good. After a while, the gel will solidify in your cup, so you're going to want to reheat it and let it cool before you add more to your face. And in this moment, I actually went ahead and started blending the bald cap into my skin and to my eyebrows with just regular foundation and a beauty blender. So now I have all my gel applied. I'm going to go ahead and start blending that bald cap with some tissue paper and latex into my skin to give that crinkly skin, old burned look. And this, I'm just using regular liquid latex and toilet paper and applying it to my face. And then once I have it applied, I hit it with a hairdryer on a low setting, and it accelerates this drying speed time so you can layer up. To blend the 3D gel into my skin, I also continued this tissue liquid latex method down onto my cheekbones and to my chin to be able to have that skin to severe wound look. Once again, drying it with a hairdryer to accelerate it. Be careful, don't get this stuff too close to your eyes, because it's not good to put in your eyes. Side note, when you're using the hairdryer, it does not have to be on the hot setting. Just an FYI. Don't want to burn your skin, actually. Now that my liquid latex bits are done and my 3D wound gel is done, I am going to go ahead and start foundationing the skin tone color onto my face with a beauty blender, focusing more on the top half. Right here, I actually went ahead and took a dark concealer and drew out spots that I knew would be very deep set color. It's just kind of to help me figure out the mode I'm going in. Because when you get to this stage with the makeup, if you're working from the actual photos from the movie, it's really hard to just follow along exact. So I say at this point, kind of make up what you really want Anakin to look like. Features that you really want to stick to if you're doing this exact look are his brow line, his brow bone. It's very deep set and he looks very angry, and so that's why I drew in with the black along the bottom edge of my eyebrows and then went pretty deep set within the inner corners of my eye. Other than that, I kind of organically figured out how I want this to look. I did adhere a couple scars here and there that I know is on the actual body cast for the movie, but from here I just kind of winged it and really loved the look that I actually ended up with. Okay, let's talk about colors. The two different palettes that I used for this is the Mehron Aqua water-based palette, and I used the Mehron Bruise palette, which is cream-based. You can use either one you want. I switched back and forth between both of them while working with this makeup because I really didn't know which one would look the best, and so you might see me holding the water-based palette, but really I'm using the cream-based makeup, or vice versa, who knows. But this is all about experimentation, so grab a whole bunch of sponges, brushes, your palettes, and just go to town. Really focus on using dark browns, blacks, reds, yellows, greens for this to get that true burned look, because after you pass the cheekbones down to your face and to the neck, it's pretty dark. It's pretty much just a lot of dark browns, reds, and blacks. But if you layer up colors like I'm doing here, I'm taking the red cream and working up the base of the wound and then layering black over top of it. It gives it depth. It's a really good way to start adding into color in your makeups. The bald cap and I kind of went rounds. I knew my photo shoot was going to be pretty much just the front face on, and I didn't really need to completely make up the back of my head, but I did the best I could to about the crown of my head in the back. It's whatever look you're really going for. If you're using this for a convention, I suggest you really paint your whole head and back and front neck, instead of what I'm doing is pretty much just the front area, mostly just because I didn't need it, and it's really hard to read the back of my head. Once you have the red tones down on the 3D gel, go ahead and grab the black cream-based makeup that you have and just start layering like crazy. I will say this for the 3D wound gel, if you move around a whole lot, it does kind of start to peel off of your skin. If you find pieces that are really starting to fall off, take a little bit of spirit gum or maybe even some double-sided tape and stick that to your skin and then place the wound gel onto that so it doesn't fall off. You don't want all of that hard work to go to waste. Okay guys, we're rounding home. I am taking the water-based makeup now and I am going and adding actual black lines in to give more scarring look. I'm taking white, adding it to certain parts that I know is going to be super highlighted on my face, like my brow. I'm taking the red and really working that around my eyes. And now I'm taking KY jelly and rubbing it into my skin. Nice and creepy and sexual as it sounds. But to have this in your special effects makeup kit is good because once you're completely done with this, take a little bit of it and rub it over your wound gel because it makes it shine like it's freshly burned. Last thing, take some blood and start running it down your face like you've just been freshly burned and lost a lightsaber fight on Mustafar and you're ready to go full Sith. Holy cow, guys, your makeup is almost done. I'm going ahead and just adding more black to kind of fade out the burn. starting to dance a little because I'm excited. This makeup's looking so awesome. I'm so proud of it. This look did take me 2.5 hours to complete, so give yourself plenty of time, like I said, to finish this. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. All the photos from this will be up on my Instagram. Be sure to check it out, and I'll see you guys next time, and may the Force be with you.